sports as we enter our 35th anniversary season. Today we travel to London, England, as past world and Olympic champions take to the ice in professional figure skating's NutraSweet World Challenge of Champions. Two-time Olympic gold medalist Katarina Witt's emotional performances still reveal her true love of skating throughout an extraordinary career.
I still enjoy to go out there, and I love skating in front of an audience and to perform.
From the mystical country of Japan, 1994 world champion Yuka Sato brings her unparalleled grace and elegance to the ice. Also from London, we'll bring you the pairs competition featuring Olympic silver medalist Bechki and Petrov and two-time national champions Kala Urbanski and Rocky Marvel. It's the NutraSweet World Challenge of Champions. We'll also preview next week's State Farm U.S. Figure Skating Championships from San Jose, California. Nicole Bobeck will join us to talk about defending her ladies' crown and facing emerging 15-year-old star Michelle Kwan. And on the men's side, Todd Eldridge goes for his 4th U.S. national title as we preview the State Farm U.S. Figure Skating Championships. Plus, we'll name our ABC's Wide World of Sports 1995 Athlete of the Year. Who will it be? Stay tuned.
Spanning the globe to bring you the constant variety of sport, the thrill of victory, and the agony of defeat. This is ABC's Wide World of Sports.
London by night is a wonderful sight. There is magic abroad in the air. Down by the Thames, lights that sparkle like gems seem to wink at each girl and her beau.
On the banks of the River Thames, we are inside London Arena at the Docklands in the heart of London, England, as we begin our coverage of the NutraSweet World Challenge of Champions with the pairs competition. I'm Terry Gannon along with Peggy Fleming. These skaters competing for a first-place prize of $40,000. And first to skate, the Canadian pair of Isabelle Brasseur and Lloyd Eisler, the 1993 world champions. And they are skating to Tears in Heaven by Eric Clapton, dedicated to Isabelle's father, who passed away in November of '92.
Ce numéro est dédié à mon père, Gil Brasseur, pour son amour du patinage artistique, mais surtout pour son amour de la vie. This number is dedicated to my father, Gil Brasseur, for his love of figure skating, but mostly for his love of life.
Nice throw, triple Salchow, good height, nice speed coming out of it. This is a very different program for this pair. Usually we see them doing a much more upbeat number, more acrobatic kind of moves, and a lot of speed, but this is nice long lines and the holding of edges.
interesting as we watch Brasseur and Eisler work so well together on the ice. When they first started skating together, she spoke French, he spoke English. He originally hails from Quebec, and Lloyd is from Ontario.
But they obviously spoke the language of skating very well, and they knew that right away.
These two are the best of friends, but not a couple away from the ice. In fact, Isabel is involved with Rocky Marvel of the Urbanski-Marvel pair. We will see them skate next.
And in fact, Isabel and Rocky just announced their engagement. This is a beautiful move. The control it takes to do this back spiral right into this pear spin. Very nicely done. Beautiful lines.
As if their schedules are not busy enough, Isabel and Lloyd co-produced their own show in Canada called Dreams on Ice, and they're also very active in a program called As Children Wish, which is the Canadian counterpart to Make-A-Wish Foundation here in the United States.
Very beautiful number, very touching, very emotional.
Isabel Brasseur and Lloyd Eisler.
The soft, elegant side of the four-time Canadian national champions, 25-year-old Isabel Brasseur and 32-year-old Lloyd Eisler.
This number really showed their versatility. Usually we see a lot of power, a lot of acrobatics. Very sensitive number.
And hello again, everyone. I'm Terry Gannon. Welcome to London as we kick off our coverage of the NutraSuite World Challenge of Champions, one of the most important and respected events on the figure skating calendar. Among its past champions, the pairs team of Gordieva and Grinkov, who sadly will not be with us. The tragic death of Sergei Grinkov not only shocked the world of sports, but it is still very much on the minds of these athletes here in London, and he will be missed. A little later in our show, we'll see the ladies' competition, but first, it's the pairs, which Isabel Brasseur and Lloyd Eisler have already gotten underway. With me, as always, Olympic and world champion Peggy Fleming. And Peggy, this is a very well-known field of pairs, but their styles and the way they interact on the ice are always changing.
Well, Terry, an important dimension of professional figure skating is that it gives these athletes the time and the freedom to continue to evolve long after their eligible careers are over. Kalle Urbanski and Rocky Marvel are prime example of this. Always known for their power and explosiveness, Kalle and Rocky are now venturing into new artistic territory. Their program today will reveal a dramatic side to this pair that's only just beginning to emerge, and it demonstrates the tremendous growth that competitions such as this one can inspire.
And coming up next, they've gone through some stormy times on the ice, but their relationship certainly has grown, and they're skating better than ever. A new look at Rocky Marvel and Kalle Urbanski.
Hey, I used to get upset once in a while. I'd even yell at a kid now and then. Well, then one day I said, hey, Bob, time out. These are just kids. Who cares if a guy misses a basket? I mean, this is just a game. It's time for me to enjoy the sweet things in life. Picnics, puppies, and things with the great taste of NutraSweet.
Taste the difference NutraSweet makes.
Mitchell, would you like to play now?
Amanda. What? True or false? Botticelli painted The Birth of Venus.
The lady in the clamshell painting, right?
Ooh, that is so cool. I'd go out with him if he were alive.
If he were alive, he wouldn't go out with you.
Look at this. Come here.
Oh my. What's this cool?
Dividing bacteria.
Cambodia
And varied chemical composition. Some plants are actually carnivorous. Did you just see that? Go away! Wait a minute. What if that's your older brother?
Who knows?
Kevin?
McDonald's salutes the legacy of Dr. Martin Luther King, Jr.
Natural ability only takes you so far. The right equipment counts for a lot. That's why I like Pert Plus. It gets the job done right. Cleans and conditions in one step. No fuss. Eventually, we all cross the finish. Winners just find a better way to get there.
Oh boy, I can't stop. And my body is, how am I ever gonna?
Vicks, NyQuil, liquid caps. Why is it the nighttime sniffling, sneezing, coughing, aching, stuffy head fever medicine? Why, so you can rest medicine, of course.
ABC's Wide World of Sports, brought to you by NutraSweet for your sweeter side. McDonald's, have you had your break today? Kellogg's, with good taste, nutrition, and value, the best to you each morning from Kellogg's. And Pepsid AC Acid Controller. You can be heartburn-free with Pepsid AC.
The beauty of London and London Arena, situated alongside the banks of the River Thames. Perhaps there is no better way to take in the sights and the sounds of one of the world's greatest cities than to take a gentle boat ride at night. Our pairs teams and the ladies who will come up a little bit later in our show did just that. History lessons provided by our Beefeater tour guide, David Bailiff.
On the left, we're just going past the Tower of London, and you'll see the central gate in the middle. That is, in fact, Traitor's Gate, where over the centuries the kings and queens who have been beheaded have been taken inside and then taken up to the keep and kept there. Below the Tower of London there were catacombs where all the prisoners were kept before they were sent to Australia and America.
Just one of the many perks of being a world-class skater and getting to see the world. On the ice next, the two-time United States champions, 35-year-old Kala Urbanski and 30-year-old Rocky Marvel, starting to blossom now as professionals.
And this is the debut of this new number to Jekyll and Hyde, Take Me As I Am.
In each of us there are two natures. If this primitive duality of men, good and evil, can be housed in separate identities, life will be relieved of all that is unbearable. It is the curse of mankind that these polar twins should be constantly struggling.
They feel this program to Jekyll and Hyde rather mirrors their own relationship, all the ups and downs that they've gone through in their career.
I need to know the nature of the demons that possess man's soul. Lisa, all my life I've been possessed by one great all-consuming quest, and that's my driving reason to survive.
My love, you know I live to see that dream come true.
In talking to Kala and Rocky earlier this week, they feel like they're skating as well or better than ever now as professionals or ineligible skaters. Of course, in these events, the scoring is based on a perfect mark of 10 as opposed to 6 in amateur competitions. And the previous pair of Brasseur and Eisler received marks of 9.7 and 9.8 for technical merit, 9.7s and 9.8s for artistic impression as well.
And remember, Rocky is engaged to Isabelle Brasseur, and I see some real similarities between Rocky and Lloyd. They both ride motorcycles, and they're both very strong and powerful skaters.
Try to see what I see. Henry, please believe me. I see everything there is to see. Then what, by God, am I supposed to do? Sometimes I see past the horizon, sure of my way, where I am going.
This program was choreographed by Diane Agel and Randy Gardner, and I think it's quite effective. They've caught the emotion of this music and the lyrics. Beautifully done.
Peggy, it's always a risk when you attempt to depart from your normal style.
It sure is, to get the confidence to go out there and really show a versatility in your skating, and I think they're definitely going in the right direction.
Characterize their careers, you may use the word persistence. Had some success as amateurs, two-time U.S. champions, but they're skating so well as professionals, and they've grown so much. Kala will tell you they're going to stick around for a long time and just make people accept them.
And she's a real driving force behind this team. Rocky's rather quiet, but strong. And this next move coming up, this lunge position, really emphasizes the height she gets in this throw double axel. Very exciting, and to the emotion of this music. They're much more dedicated to their careers. Kala has given up her waitressing job to dedicate full time to coaching and training, and Rocky still has some family ties to his trucking business. And this new dedication definitely has paid off for this pair. Very effective program. They skated it just brilliantly for them. The audience very appreciative too.
The gritty blue-collar determination still there, but this pair no longer known as the waitress and the truck driver, now just very talented figure skaters. Rocky Marvel and Kala Urbanski.
And here's a look at the throw double axel and that tremendous lunge position before she takes off, and the height, it really is emphasized with that move.
9.7.
Very exciting.
9.7.
And of course, the Palace Guards in the background, very excited about the performance of Rocky Marvel and Kala Urbanski. And their scores for technical merit range from 9.5 to 9.8.
And these Palace Guards are paying attention all evening.
We'll try to get a smile on their faces before the end of the evening. And the scores for artistic impression higher for Rocky and Kala. 9.6 up to 9.9, and well-deserved.
Oh, very much so. This is the best program I've ever seen them do. They've really made them move in the right direction.
You're now going past HMS Belfast, which is on the left-hand side. It now is a floating museum, and it's there for everybody to actually have a look at and go on board. It's beautiful. It's as it was many, many years ago. They haven't changed anything on board, but they have it there at long last, an attempt for people to have a look at. Very lovely boat.
A new source of savings arrives out of the blue. Launching a new alliance between Western Pacific Airlines and Thrifty Car Rental will bring more of what travelers want above all, low rates, making Thrifty and Western Pacific birds of a feather. For car rental reservations, call your professional travel agent or 1-800-4CARS. Your neighborhood Thrifty Car Rental, historically known for low rates.
The late night smack attack. You want sweets. You want crunchy. You got it. You got the goodness of Kellogg's Frosted Mini Wheat cereal. But a drag there just for breakfast.
For a while there, I felt like I was the only one who hadn't taken the high endurance challenge from Old Spice. It seemed like lots of guys were using it, so I gave it a shot. Because this proves it deserves a shot. It evaporates less quickly, also lasts longer, protects better. Old Spice guarantees it. If you don't think it's the best, call 1-800-PROVE IT and they'll buy you a stick of your old deodorant. Mine never guaranteed anything like that. I guess that's why it's my old deodorant. Hey, take the high endurance challenge. Because now you got proof. Guaranteed.
Hey, you okay?
It's
3 o'clock.
I can't believe this heartburn. You and your Let's Go Mexican tonight.
You didn't take the Pepsid AC before you ate, did you?
Pepsid AC?
Yeah. Could have stopped your heartburn before it even started.
Oh, so I could actually be sleeping right now.
We could be sleeping.
We.
Take one now, it controls acid all night long.
Oh, all night?
Water?
You're so good to me.
You can sleep heartburn-free with Pepsid AC.
Brian Boitano's unforgettable solo in Alaska, Dorothy Hamill's timeless elegance, Underhill and Martini's sizzling unchained melody, 18 of the world's greatest skaters in their most riveting exhibitions appear on Magic Memories on Ice, Volume 2, Golden Performances. Call 1-800-4ABC-VCR to order this stunning new home video from ABC Sports. It's a one-of-a-kind collection with all performances in their entirety for only $24.98 plus $3.95 shipping.
Jack Nicklaus, Arnold Palmer, Raymond Floyd, and Jim Colbert. It's swing time for 4 of golf's best in the Senior Skins Game, January 27th on ABC.
Taking the ice here in London Arena, Elena Bechky and Denis Petrov, the Russian pair, were facing the challenge of trying to stay focused on their skating while still in the midst of an emotional divorce.
We're happy that we still work together and help each other day after day and feel ourselves pretty confident on the ice. Doesn't matter what's going on in our private lives, you know. But sure, I think that if we were really together like husband and wife, it would have helped us much more.
On the ice, the Russian pair of Elena Bechky and Denis Petrov. And in light of their marital breakup, their music's significant. You Don't Bring Me Flowers, sung by Barbra Streisand and Neil Diamond.
You don't bring me flowers. You don't sing me love songs.
You hardly talk to me anymore when I come through the door at the end of the day.
Peggy, their choice of music is interesting. You would think that performing this number would reinforce all of those negative emotions that they've been going through.
Well, I think it can be difficult, but they can also use the emotion of these lyrics because they are going through this personally themselves. It's kind of like therapy for them.
You're feeling all right.
Well, you just
throw triple Salchow. Good height, good strength and speed.
It used to be so natural. Talk about forever. What used to be's don't count anymore. They just lay on the floor till we sweep them away.
Besides the pain of their own relationship this year, they've also endured the pain of losing a very close friend, Sergei Grinkov, and they have said this week there has been no greater influence on their career than the pair of Gordieva and Grinkov.
Yes, they were very inspired by their fellow countrymen for that beautiful blend of the love that they shared for one another, plus their power and grace in their performances. And they got very close to them on the Stars on Ice tour. It's more of a family atmosphere when you're on tour. And Gordieva and Grinkov were also expected to be at this competition.
It was 1992 when Bechky and Petrov captured a silver medal at the Olympic Games. The bronze medalists that year were Brasseur and Eisler, the pair to beat right now. They're currently in the lead in this event. And Urbanski and Marvel are in second place.
You don't say you need me.
Very nice number. They skated very well. Very effective number.
Knowing their personal problems, very emotional number to watch, and I'm sure even more emotional to perform. Many times the arena a place to escape for athletes, but they have dealt with their troubles head on. Elena Bechky and Denis Petrov of Russia.
And here's a look at their forward death spiral. Watch them hook their skates together. Very inventive death spiral.
9.9.
Beautiful line.
9.8. 9.9.
You would expect very high marks, and that's exactly what we're seeing. 9.8 up to 9.9 for technical merit, and that's the highest we've seen today.
Well-deserved marks. They completed a beautiful throw, triple Salchow, very exciting.
Now, with the emotion of the program, you would expect the artistic impression scores to be maybe even higher, and they are 9.8 up to a perfect 10. That's the first time that a 10 has been posted on the board.
Well, that was a beautiful program. This is the best I've seen them skate in a long time. It was a very complete package, well choreographed and well executed.
Isabelle Brasseur and Lloyd Eisler received a total score of 97.4. And for Bechky and Petrov, a total of 98.7. Good enough to put them on top. So the final standings show Elena Bechky and Denis Petrov as the winners, followed by Brasseur and Eisler and Urbanski and Marvel. And finishing in fourth place in their first season as professionals, the reigning world champions, Radka Kavarakova and Renee Novotny, one of the favorites coming into this competition, but they endured a disastrous program, including this dangerous fall.
And this could have been a very, very serious fall. She was completely upside down. He catches an edge right there, and amazingly, they didn't hurt themselves too badly.
This was the third and worst of their falls, and Renee had problems with a skate blade. He missed a practice earlier in the day and attributed his problems on the ice to that equipment problem. But amazingly, they did not leave the ice. A brief delay, and they continued with their performance.
What a lot of courage that took to continue this performance. It's very unfortunate because they are such a beautiful pair team.
They won't have warm memories of this night, but the crowd certainly appreciates the fact that they are standing at the end. And coming up next, a strong field has assembled for the ladies' competition, including former world champion Yuka Sato. and two-time Olympic gold medalist Katarina Witt.
Coming up, we'll announce ABC's Wide World of Sports 1995 Athlete of the Year. Who will it be? Stay tuned.
Oh, darling, the way I used to treat policemen. That was, of course, before we had our little talk. Oh, kind, courteous, like Boy Scouts, only with big muscles. Darling, you must savor the sweet things in life. Like making new friends. And the wonderful taste of things with NutraSweet.
Taste the difference NutraSweet makes.
Don't I know you from somewhere?
Now there are 4 ways to get the power of Selsun Blue, the #1 doctor-recommended dandruff shampoo. There's medicated, moisturizing, 2-in-1, balanced, 4 powerful Selsun Blue formulas. Now you've got even more Selsun power.
Discover the feeling of Fixodent Fresh. A stronger, longer hold, a more secure, fresh approach to wearing dentures. And the fresh sensation gives you the confidence to live life without limits. Try a fresh approach.
Sunday from the director of Heat. In the savage frontier, their forbidden love became a fight for survival. Daniel Day-Lewis and Madeline Stowe.
Stay alive, no matter what occurs. I will find you.
The last of the Mohicans, Sunday on ABC. Parental discretion advised.
This is a KOMO 4 News Brief with Eric Slocum.
Good evening. KOMO News 4 doesn't air tonight until after World News Saturday. Then at 6:30, we hope you'll join us. Right now, here are some of the stories we're following. We'll have the very latest on President Clinton's whirlwind trip to Bosnia to show support for U.S. troops there. Plus, protesters turn out to demonstrate against O.J. Simpson's new video. Hope you'll join Margot Myers and me for KOMO News 4, coming up at 6:30 tonight.
Got to get spruced up for the big deal at Black Angus. This month, they're setting out seasoned top sirloin steak with sweet petite lobster and golden fried jumbo shrimp. Yeah, I'll try it. Steak with lobster, shrimp, and some dandy new veggies for just $11.99. Appetizer. Makes me all warm and toasty just thinking about it.
Free at last! Free at last! Thank God Almighty! We are free at last!
ABC's Wide World of Sports continues. Here's Robin Roberts.
There's more skating still to come, including the ladies' competition from the NutraSweet World Challenge of Champions. But now we turn our attention to a long-standing tradition here on ABC's Wide World of Sports. It was back in 1962 when we named Jim Beatty our first Athlete of the Year. An esteemed and illustrious array of sportsmen and women have followed in Beatty's footsteps. Our winner will once again receive a unique Waterford Crystal engraved globe. This year's group of nominees was exceptional, to say the least. The contenders for the 1995 Wide World of Sports Athlete of the Year were all record breakers. In baseball, Baltimore Orioles shortstop Cal Ripken Jr. broke Lou Gehrig's 56-year-old record for consecutive games played. In college basketball, Connecticut's Rebecca Lobo led the Huskies to only the second undefeated season in women's history and their first national championship. On the slopes, American Peekaboo Street became the first U.S. woman to win a World Cup downhill season championship. Our 1995 Wide World of Sports Athlete of the Year is Spaniard Miguel Indurain. He won the 1995 Tour de France to become the first cyclist in history to win 5 consecutive tours. Since the first race in 1903, only 3 other riders had won 5 times. First it was Frenchman Jacques Anquetil, then Belgian Eddy Merckx, and another Frenchman, Bernard Hinault. Each of those riders won 5, but not 5 in a row. Big Mig, as he is known in the cycling world, has one purpose in life: to win the Tour de France, the grueling race along the French countryside with treacherous climbs through the Alps and Pyrenees. Indurain began his life in the small town Viava in northeastern Spain. The son of a farmer, he is as quiet and gentle as the hills that surround his hometown. Indurain's introduction to the Tour was in 1985. He dropped out during the first week, but 6 years later, in 1991, he won his first Tour. He possesses the quiet confidence of a champion, His emotions are the same on the first day of the race as they are on the last. Calm, cool, and collective. In this year's tour, at the end of the first week, he attacked, surprising fellow riders with a burst of speed and power that sent a message to the others he was ready to win his fifth. American cyclist Lance Armstrong was in awe of Big Big.
I don't know how he does it. He's superhuman.
The next day, he donned the yellow jersey and would not relinquish it. Tragedy struck the tour during the final week after an accident claimed the life of Italian cyclist Fabio Casartelli. Indurain himself persuaded tour officials to let all the cyclists ride together as a tribute to Casartelli. Indurain's compassion for life and athletics were unparalleled in 1995. He staked his claim as the greatest cyclist in history and is our 1995 Athlete of the Year.
I would like to thank ABC Sports for granting me this award as the best athlete of 1995. I am sorry I could not be in New York to receive this trophy, but between training and the beginning of competition for this new year, and above all, preparing for this year's Tour de France, where I will try to win my 6th tour, I am also preparing for the Olympic Games. So, although it is a shame not to be able to be there, I am very happy to receive this award.
Coming up, we'll return to London for the ladies' competition at the NutraSweet World Challenge of Champions.
Hey, I used to get upset once in a while. I'd even yell at a kid now and then. Well, then one day I said, hey, Bob, time out. These are just kids. Who cares if a guy misses a basket? I mean, this is just a game. It's time for me to enjoy the sweet things in life. Picnics, puppies, and things with the great taste of NutraSweet.
Taste the difference NutraSweet makes.
Mitchell, would you like to play now?
Being a parent is all about being there. Whether it's a homecoming game or something as important as a college education. State Farm understands that. That's why State Farm Life Insurance makes sense. It's a smart way to help secure your children's future if something ever happens to you. See your State Farm agent for life insurance that's right for your family. It'll help make sure that all your dreams will be protected, like helping your children realize theirs.
State Farm understands life.
Freeing me, I shall grant thee 3 wishes.
Want enormous wealth. Unbelievable. I want to be adored by women.
You have one final wish. Use it wisely.
Long life.
Still
going. Long-lasting Energizer batteries keep going, and Peter Barnes can't wait to shake his cold. Pills take time to dissolve, so he'll rush relief with the effervescent power of Alka-Seltzer Plus cold medicine. It's ready the moment you take it, rushing powerful medicines to soothe your aches, relieve your runny nose, free your breathing. Nothing rushes relief like Alka-Seltzer Plus. Or rush relief with new great-tasting orange-flavored Alka-Seltzer Plus.
Next Saturday on ABC Sports, there's regional action on Payne-Weber College basketball. UCLA meets Arizona, Virginia battles Georgia Tech, or Temple takes on Tulane. Then ABC's Wide World of Sports begins coverage of figure skating's premier event, the State Farm U.S. Figure Skating Championships. Todd Eldridge defends his title in the men's final. Then in a primetime special, defending champion Nicole Bobeck and rising star Michelle Kwan compete for the ladies' crown. It's all next Saturday on ABC Sports.
And we're back in London as our tour continues, Big Ben looming over the Thames.
We've now just passed under Westminster Bridge, which takes you straight to the Houses of Parliament. On the right of the Houses of Parliament, I'm sure you know the name of that great big thing standing up in the air. What's it called? Big Ben! Get 10 brownie points. You come to the front of the line. Come on, you can come over. You can come over here. That's lovely. That's excellent. On the left-hand side of Big Ben, you see all the different lights inside. And how many times are you going to ring now? How many times do you think, without looking? You've looked as well, have you? How many times have you done? 7 times.
10 more points.
10 more points. You keep coming to the front.
Katerina Witt scoring high marks in her British history class, and we are not far from Big Ben in an up-and-coming area of London called the Docklands. And hello again, everyone. I'm Terry Gannon. We're very happy to have you with us here along the banks of the River Thames in London Arena for the NutraSweet World Challenge of Champions. And we now turn our attention to the ladies' competition, which includes a quartet of skaters whose experience and accomplishments are not easily matched. Katerina Witt, Denise Bielman, and Karen Kadavy have captured 2 Olympic gold medals, 5 world championships, and numerous professional titles. And as we welcome Olympic and world champion Peggy Fleming, Peggy, set against the enduring success of these veterans is the challenge from the 1994 world champion, a young lady from Japan named Yuka Sato.
Well, Yuka has such a naturalness to her skating. Perhaps some of her effortless grace comes from having 2 Olympic figure skating parents, but I think it's more than that. There's an inner warmth that accompanies her deep edges. It comes not just from excellent genes, but from an understanding of what it is to move over the ice. The beauty of her skating lies in her ability to generate speed from the simple act of gliding. Yuka has solid technique that will always define her skating as she continues to mature, but her connection to both the ice and the audience is what we always take with us.
This is an impressive field for the ladies' competition here in London, and equally impressive is the total purse of $80,000. The winner taking home $40,000.
Ladies and gentlemen, Karen Kadavy.
And skating first, the 3-time bronze medalist at the U.S. National Championships, 28-year-old Karen Kadavy.
Beautiful classical lines. She's skating to Rachmaninoff's Concerto No. 2 in C minor.
And her husband, Brett Johnson, who's a family physician in her hometown of Erie, Pennsylvania, is also a pianist and trumpet player and helped Karen pick this music. She says when she skates to it, she feels a very deep connection with her husband.
That was supposed to be a double axel. Karen has a history of being very inconsistent on her jumps. She tries to think of exhibition skating while she's competing to control her nerves. Now coming up is a triple toe loop. Good for her. Very nicely done. Second triple, a triple loop. She only doubled. And that was supposed to be a triple Salchow, so she has, succumbed to her nerves on these jumps, but it's still such a beautiful way of skating. She just really feels this music.
Very quickly through the amateur ranks during the mid-'80s. She finished 3rd at the U.S. Nationals in 1985, her first try there. And you may remember she was forced to drop out of the 1988 Olympics in Calgary just before the long program with a temperature of 103 degrees. The Olympic Games where Katerina Witt and Debbie Thomas skated dueling Carmens.
I remember that very well.
Karen turned professional not long after those Olympics in 1989.
this was definitely not her night. I think her missed triples are definitely going to hurt her technical mark, but she still is such an enjoyable skater to watch.
With or without her jumps, she is always so graceful on the ice. Karen Kadavi. And waiting to skate next, the former world champion, 22-year-old Yuka Sato.
Oh, darling, the way I used to treat policemen. That was, of course, before we had our little talk. Oh, kind, courteous, like Boy Scouts, only with big muscles. Darling, you must savor the sweet things in life. Like making new friends. And the wonderful taste of things with NutraSweet.
Taste the difference NutraSweet makes.
Don't I know you from somewhere?
Most of the floats at Mardi Gras are made right here at Blaine Kern Artists. They make things bigger than life. But for office supplies, they make one call to Office Depot. Because nobody takes care of more businesses than Office Depot. And nobody guarantees lower prices. From Bourbon Street to Main Street.
Take care of business with the pros at Office Depot.
You want a snack?
I've been searching.
Something sweet.
Gonna find it.
Something crunchy.
I've been searching. Searching everywhere.
You could be having it. The goodness of Kellogg's Corn Pop cereal. Pity they're just for breakfast. Because they just might be the snack you've been searching for.
Oh boy, am I can't stop. And my body is, how am I ever gonna?
Vicks NyQuil Liquid Caps. Why is it the nighttime sniffling, sneezing, coughing, aching, stuffy head fever medicine? Why, so you can rest medicine, of course.
Now say the words to McDonald's Big Mac song and get one for 96 cents.
Hey, I know you. You're the guy I can't say. 2 all beef patties, special sauce, rice, cheese, pickles, onions, and sesame seed bun.
Who is this kid?
What if a perfect stranger said she was having an affair with your husband?
Who are you?
And that he was planning to have you killed?
Eric doesn't want to divorce you. He wants you dead.
And what if it were true? Cheryl Ladd, Kiss and Tell, Monday on ABC.
It's the most riveting NYPD Blue ever as the 15th precinct explodes into a racial war zone.
I was not comfortable with those words.
I was throwing it back at him.
You don't get to throw that back. If you can only watch one new Blue, watch this Tuesday. Viewer discretion advised.
We're back inside London Arena as the defending champion of this event prepares to skate. Yuka Sato of Japan. When Yuka Sato skates, it can seem as if she's turned away from her Eastern heritage and embraced Western culture. Appearances, though, can be deceiving. For in her heart and soul, Japan remains central to Yuka Sato.
I'm a complete Japanese girl.
Sato comes from pure figure skating lineage. Her father, Nobuo, was a 10-time Japanese national champion and 2-time Olympian, as was her mother, Komiko, who also won a pair of national titles. And from the moment she could walk, Yuka was on the ice.
I was just having fun out there, you know. I spent a lot of time on the ice because my parents were teaching, and, you know, I was kind of waiting for them to finish.
Her parents rank among the most successful coaches in all of Japan, and in time, she became one of their students. But at the age of 16, she rebelled.
I sometimes was selfish toward Yuka because we are her parents. When she didn't feel like skating, she resisted, and they don't listen. Those times were the most difficult.
I wanted to be away from my parents because it seemed like, you know, 24 hours a day I've been just, you know, spending the time with my parents since I wake up in the morning and, you know, until I go to bed.
That desire prompted Yuka to split her training time between Tokyo and Ottawa, Canada, and the mingling of East and West proved to be the perfect recipe for Sato. In 1994, she captured the gold medal at the World Championships, a victory that made all of Japan proud, including Midori Ito, Japan's only other world champion.
Yuka is an ordinary Japanese girl, and in the world of sports, not so blessed with talent, but by making a lot of effort, won the world championship, and that has given many children in figure skating the hope that they might have a chance.
Yuka's world title provided the foundation for what has become a blossoming professional career, one that has included recent victories over the likes of Kristi Yamaguchi, Oksana Bayul, and Nancy Kerrigan. With North America the focal point of professional figure skating, she spends much of her time crisscrossing the Pacific Ocean. Her home, though, remains in Yokohama, where she still lives with her parents.
I think when I was like 16 years old, you know, I wanted to be away from my parents like this, but now I really need them more.
A cornerstone of her success is the inner peace she has found in Japan.
I always came here and pray. This is my favorite place, and it's really nice and peaceful, and I love this place.
Miles away, amid the bright lights of Tokyo, she finds something quite different. It is the balance in her life that can only come from spending time with her friends. But no matter where her skating career takes her, Yuka Sato will always remain devoted to her homeland.
I've been skating in North America the past couple of years, but still home's home. It makes me feel like I'm a typical Japanese, and I don't think I should forget about the people who helped me.
She has accomplished so much already in her young career. The two-time Japanese champion, twice an Olympian, and of course, the '94 world champion, 22-year-old Yuka Sato. As Yuka begins her program, we should tell you that the scores for Carrington Davey range from 9.5 to 9.8 for technical merit and 9.6 up to 9.9 for artistic impression, for a total of 96.6. And Yuka, for a long time, skated in the shadows of Midori Ito. But when you talk to her, she says Midori did nothing but help her skating. She's been a tremendous influence on her.
Yes, she said that it really helped having all the focus on Midori. It gave her time to really focus and train on her skating. Nice control. Beautiful line. Her first triple planned is a triple loop. Very easily done. Nice speed coming out of the landing. She looks very confident and very calm. Very pretty music written by a famous Japanese composer, Kitaro. It's called Sozo, and the number was choreographed by Leanne Miller. This is the most beautiful camel spin, perfect position, perfect rotation on the ice, nice centered spin. This is what everyone strives to do.
Beautiful hand movements, too, which accentuate that, don't they?
Nice double axel. And a second double axel. very nicely in between the jumps and spins. She began skating when she was 4 years old, and she came in 5th in the Olympics in Lillehammer. Her final triple Salchow, she touched her hand down on that landing, so that will be marks taken off. Very inspiring number. She just had one fault on that last triple Salchow. She touched her hand down, so that may cause some problems in her technical mark, but I think overall it was an excellent program.
Yuka Sato with a marvelous program that will be tough to top here in London.
So how's your headache?
Oh, it's gone. That was fast.
So the Tylenol I gave you worked, even on your really tough headache.
Tylenol worked great, even on my tough headache.
So you were wrong.
I was wrong.
More than aspirin, more than ibuprofen. For headaches, doctors recommend extra-strength Tylenol the most.
I like a guy who can admit he's wrong.
I'm wrong a lot.
Forget about these antiperspirants forever, because now there's one that keeps you drier. Sure Ultra Dry. It's a better kind of antiperspirant. A soft solid. Just 2 clicks, and it goes on dry to keep you ultra dry. Look, ordinary solids can flake off, but Sure Ultra Dry vanishes in to form an invisible layer of protection that keeps you drier than ever before. See for yourself. Sure Ultra Dry. Goes on dry, keeps you ultra dry.
Lots of deadlines, lots of money, lots of screaming. It starts to burn a hole in your gut. Antacids are more prevalent in the brokerage industry than coffee is in Colombia. I take Tagamet HB. Tagamet HB works. You don't have to chew it, you don't have to drink it. You could take it and go on with the rest of your life.
Brian Boitano's unforgettable solo in Alaska, Dorothy Hamill's timeless elegance, Underhill and Martini's sizzling unchained melody, 18 of the world's greatest skaters in their most riveting exhibitions appear on Magic Memories on Ice, Volume 2, Golden Performances. Call 1-800-4ABC-VCR to order this stunning new home video from ABC Sports. It's a one-of-a-kind collection with all performances in their entirety for only $24.98 plus $3.95 shipping.
Saturday.
You got to think big.
4 dreamers go mining for silver.
We could be millionaires by morning.
But discover a whole lot more. Legend of the Ruby Silver, Saturday.
We're back inside London Arena as Yuka Sato collects her tokens of appreciation from the fans and awaits her scores. And how about this picture from the past? These two competitors, Yuka's mother, Komiko, and Peggy
on
Fleming.
the left.
Yes, in the '68 Olympics.
Oh, gosh, that's a blast from the past, isn't it? And there was a look at Yuka's triple loop jump, that nice, straight, strong back on her landing. And this is a look at her triple Salchow, which she had some trouble on the landing. She was leaning in the air and had to steady herself by putting her hand down.
And Peggy, you mentioned the one mistake, but that was it in her program, and her marks for technical merit very high, a 9.8 and the rest 9.9s.
Very well-deserved marks. She is a wonderful technician on her jumps and her spins, and a very complete package in her program.
And her scores for artistic impression even higher, 9.9s and perfect 10s on the board.
Well, the judges are really sending her the message they like what she's doing.
And correct me if I'm wrong, I think I saw a smile on the mouth of the Palace Guard on the right as Denise Bielmann takes the ice, the 3-time Swiss champion, and she has always been one of the most well-conditioned athletes on the ice.
I like to train. I just like to be on the ice. I'm
And really, it really comes from inside. I think otherwise I couldn't skate that long because, I mean, it's also hard, and you only can train like this when you really love the sport, and I do that.
She was the 1981 European and World Champion from Switzerland, Denise Bielmann.
Denise calls this a power piece. This is to the music of Indian 2 by Indian Nation Red Power. Nice triple Salchow, good height, very solid. Nice solid triple toe loop, double toe. Denise is such a consistent competitor. She lands these jumps year after year. And in 1978 at Europeans, she was the first female skater to ever land a triple Lutz jump. This is her third triple Salchow, double toe. She's very straight in the air on her rotation, very solid.
Peggy, Denise has always been known as a great jumper. Where does she rank in terms of the greats in her sport?
Well, she's right up in there. She does all the triples very consistently. She's very comfortable competing, and she really knows how to focus at the right time. She keeps very centered. Her training habits are not too much different than how she trained as an amateur skater. 90 minutes a day she spends on the ice. 15 minutes a day she does acrobatics to keep her limber. And 4 days a week she spends an hour on conditioning training. She feels that is the key to keeping her in excellent shape. And then she practices yoga and meditation for concentration and her focus. Obviously, it works very well for her.
That's a full schedule.
It certainly is. Is the spin that she is most famous for is the Bielmann spin. It's just legendary now. Pretty powerful number. She is just so solid out there. You never, ever get the feeling she's going to miss something. She looks very confident.
Tiring to skate, exhausting to watch.
But never out of breath.
Denise Bielmann of Switzerland. And speaking of out of breath...
No, Big Ben is called St. Stephen's Tower. There's a name for it. No, that's the clock.
Our Beefeater tour guide's history lesson continues.
The tower itself is called St. Stephen's Tower, and the bit on the top is actually Big Ben.
What's the top called?
Big Ben. That's another 10 brownie points. We're doing extremely well.
Next to skate is prize pupil, Katarina Witt.
What's that?
Hey, I used to get upset once in a while. I'd even yell at a kid now and then. Well, then one day I said, hey, Bob, time out. These are just kids. Who cares if a guy misses a basket? I mean, this is just a game. It's time for me to enjoy the sweet things in life. Picnics, puppies, and things with the great taste of NutraSweet.
Taste the difference NutraSweet makes.
Mitchell, would you like to play now?
Chili peppers, sausage. Are you trying to kill me, girl?
Oh, Dad.
This is Heartburn City.
Wait till you see the appetizer.
Pepsid AC acid controller.
Take one little Pepsid AC before dinner, and you can stop heartburn before it even starts.
Stop heartburn before it starts?
You see, Dad, Pepsid AC controls acid 9 hours through the night so you can sleep.
You think we have enough sausage?
You can be heartburn-free with Pepsid AC.
His phone's been off the hook for over an hour. We better get out there.
Never assume you know the whole truth, because Monday, everything changes when a key suspect is eliminated. Stephen Bochco's Murder One, now on Mondays at 10/9 Central on ABC.
Can you figure out the cost of a long-distance call?
We haven't studied that yet.
What, do I look like, a mathematician? You don't need to be a math whiz to save with Sprint Cents. It's the simplest long-distance calling plan yet. Just 10 cents a minute, every evening, every night, and all weekend long. That's when I make all my long-distance calls. Call now for Sprint Cents, and you'll also get 10% cash back after a full year.
10 cents a minute and cash back?
Even on calls to Hawaii? Doesn't matter how far away. It's still 10 cents a minute.
Anywhere in the whole country?
What about Canada? Even Canada. Just 10 cents a minute all weekend long. Amazing how far a dime will go. And Sprint Cents couldn't be simpler. You'll pay just 10 cents a minute on state-to-state calls forever.
I'll buy that.
And remember, if you call now, you'll get 10% cash back. Sprint will even switch you for free. So let's review.
10% cash back.
10 cents a minute. Forever.
And forever.
Very good. Call 1-800-726-2090.
The Budget Battle. What's going on Sunday night?
You're watching ABC's Wide World of Sports.
Along with her longtime coach since her Olympic days from Mueller, Katarina Witt has reached great heights. Her career has taken on many shapes and forms, but now more than ever, she is at peace with herself.
I love skating in front of an audience and to perform and to give a good performance. And it's something I have learned, I have done all my life. And I do start looking into other directions and starting new things and trying myself out. But still, this is something secure. You know, the ice is still something secure in my life, and so I feel comfortable out there.
Here is the two-time Olympic gold medalist, Katarina Witt.
She's skating to Schindler's List. She said she was a little nervous about skating it here in London because it's so close to home and more people from Europe will see this. It's very special for her to skate this number.
And Katarina is, of course, from what is the former East Germany, and it's understandable that she sees it as a bit of a risk to skate to Schindler's List here in London. By the way, the scores for Denise Bielman range from 9.8 to a perfect 10 for technical merit, and for artistic impression, 9.7 up to a 9.9 for a total of 98.6. That places her in second place at the moment, ahead of Karen Kadevi, and behind our leader, Yuka Sato. Of course, Katarina chose to be reinstated to the eligible ranks for the '94 Olympics in Lillehammer, and very moving for her because it was the first time that her parents had a chance to watch her skate in the Olympics.
Well, it was very admirable of her to even commit to compete in her third Olympics. I mean, she's an amazing athlete. She skated to Where Have All the Flowers Gone? It was an anti-war song, and she used the music to comment on the situation in Bosnia, especially in Sarajevo, where she won her first of 2 gold medals. up is her first triple jump, a triple toe loop. Watch her preparation. Very solid. Her autobiography is a bestseller in Germany. It's called Katharina. And she also just finished filming a movie this summer called Ice Princess, and she acted, she co-produced, and she skated in it. And she enjoyed doing this very much. She felt very comfortable and would like to pursue some more film work in the future. She's quite an actress on the ice, too. Very sensitive number and beautifully done. It had so much emotion and it really drew you in.
She was a bit worried how the audience would react to this number, but I think it's apparent that they approve. The four-time world champion, Katharina Witt.
And here's a look at her triple toe loop that she did so well. Very solid, nice landing.
And along with her coach, Frau Mueller, Katharina Witt awaiting her scores. And here they are for technical merit. They range from 9.6 up to 9.9.
Well, that's very high, considering she only did one triple jump, but she was very sure of herself in everything she did.
And her scores always higher for our artistic impression. They range from 9.8 up to a perfect 10.
Yes, they have, and this is the artistic impression mark. She really gave so much emotion in this number.
So a total of 98.2 after an emotional, elegant program from Katharina Witt. So Yuka Sato is our winner. Denise Spielman finishes second, followed by Katharina Witt and Karen Kadavi. And a wonderful night along the